So in today's video, I'm actually going to be sharing a simpler technique for scripting because I've had a few messages from people saying, I mean, you know, different things work for different people, right? Some people love the scripting technique just as it is. And if that's you, great. But sometimes, and myself included sometimes, when I've written down 4 or 5 or 6 things on that letter, it can sometimes feel a little restrictive. Ooh, I'm zooming in without realizing. Okay, I will not rest my finger there next time. Anyway, yeah, sometimes let me know if you've ever felt this with a scripting letter. As great as it is, it can feel like there's a lot of pressure to manifest all of the things off the letter. In fact, I had one person reach out to me the other day saying, nothing's working. Oh, I have manifested one thing off the letter. And I was thinking, maybe if she hadn't written so many things on the letter, she would have really maybe been able to appreciate more that thing that had manifested. So if you're feeling overwhelmed about the scripting technique, if you feel like, you know, there's so many things that you want and you are struggling to believe that it could all happen for you, then strip it all the way back and we can do a more minimal version of the technique. And this is something that I learned from, is his name Elmer J. Locker Jr. or something like that. I will put his correct name on the screen. He is awesome. His YouTube channel is absolutely blowing up with growth. I really like what he's doing. And he's really kind of, he's one of my go-tos for the law of assumption because his grandfather was a student of Neville Goddard. So anyway, he teaches this technique, which when I heard it, I was like, this is so similar to our scripting technique. It's just kind of quicker and easier if you're finding the whole scripting technique a bit too much. So he breaks it down into 3 steps in one of his videos. He says, step 1 is get clear on what is it that you actually want. And just for the sake of making it less overwhelming, just pick one thing. I know there's more than one thing that you want in your life. I know you might feel all of a sudden like, how do I pick? But trust that everything's gonna unfold in divine timing. And for now, what's the thing that is on your mind that you want? What's the life situation that you want to adjust, that you want to manifest for yourself? Just pick one thing for now, okay? You can always do this technique over and over again with other things. So step 1 is choose. What is it that you want? Step 2, imagine it's happened now. How do you feel? How do you feel about yourself? How do you feel about life? How do you feel about how this universe works? How do you feel about what you can do now? Write down as many feeling words as possible, emotion words that describe the emotions that you're feeling. Or it might even feel like a lack of emotion, like you no longer feel scared, you no longer feel stressed. And so what's that new emotion feel like? Is it more just like peace, calm, confidence, grounded, still, present, unlimited, abundant, relaxed, knowing that it's done? Whatever it is that feeling is, tap into it now, write it down on the piece of paper. And then take that with you to bed. Remind yourself of those emotions, feel them just like we did for a moment just there, and keep feeling them as you get more and more relaxed. Keep feeling them as you drift off to sleep. So you're there with your head on the pillow, feeling the way that you will feel. Feeling the way that you will feel. Feeling the way that you want to feel. That's why you want these things in your life, right? It's because you believe that then you will feel those things. And then the great thing about Neville Goddard's teaching is that feeling is the secret. So feel it now. Feel it now, and that powerful, powerful window to manifest between waking and sleeping. When you drift off to sleep, your brain is going through into the theta state, and that's very akin to how our brains are when we're children. And when we are children, our brains are very susceptible to programming. All things that we experience are programmed into our subconscious. We're pretty much just subconscious beings when we're younger, before the age of about 7, and then we start to develop our own conscious mind, and it has that separation, and we start to then live life through the subconscious beliefs that we developed in those first 7 years. So if we're like, okay, cool, well, that's great, but I want to maybe improve some of the beliefs that I developed in my first 7 years, then that time of day, drifting from waking to sleeping, is like a window when your subconscious mind kind of opens up to being more impressionable, being more open to reprogramming. So how you feel when you fall asleep is really important, because you're kind of locking that into the subconscious before you go to bed. And then according to Neville Goddard and according to some of his experiences and some of his students, they say then when you wake up the next day, like even if you did focus on the wrong stuff, even if you focus on the stuff that you don't really want, your subconscious mind dominates anyway. It dominates our mind, it dominates the choices we make, it dominates our life. And because you did that work just before you drifted off to sleep, that locks it into your subconscious mind, and whether you like it or not, that's the way your brain is programmed now. So do that every night. Do that every night as you drift off to sleep for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, months. I mean, hey, why not just do it every night for the rest of your life? You know what I mean? You're going to sleep every night for the rest of your life. So as often as you can remember, use this technique. Step 1, what do you want? Step 2, write down how will you feel? How do you feel now that it is your reality? And step 3, feel those emotions as you drift off to sleep, and watch how you shift into that version of yourself, because what you're doing is you're shifting the very core of who you are, which is your subconscious mind. So if you found this useful, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments your experiences or any questions, and I'll also link Elmer J. Locker Jr.'s video in the description as well, because he's awesome and I think you'll like it. Anyway, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring my bell so that you never miss another video. Till next time, bye!